In February 2025, $1.5 billion vanished from a single company in a matter of minutes. No mask. No getaway car. No gun. It is, by some measures, the largest theft in human history, and investigators say it wasn't pulled off by a gang or a lone genius. It was pulled off by a government. This is the story of the Lazarus Group, a hacking army that, according to the US and its allies, steals for an entire country. For years, security researchers kept seeing the same fingerprints on attacks all over the world, the same tools, the same tactics. They gave the shadow a name, the Lazarus Group. Western governments and the FBI say it isn't a club of rogue hackers at all. They allege it operates inside North Korea's military intelligence, a unit of cyber soldiers with one core mission: to bring money into one of the most isolated, heavily sanctioned nations on Earth. North Korea has repeatedly denied involvement. But the trail of attacks is staggering. The world first felt their power in 2014. A Hollywood studio, Sony Pictures, was about to release a comedy that mocked North Korea's leader. Days before, a group calling itself the Guardians of Peace tore through Sony's network. They didn't just steal data, they wiped computers, leaked unreleased films, private emails, and employees' personal information, and threatened theaters. It was a chilling new idea, a nation using hackers not for spying, but for revenge. 3 years later came something far bigger. In 2017, a piece of software called WannaCry spread across the planet in a single day, locking hospitals, factories, and companies in over 150 countries, demanding ransom to unlock their files. In the UK, emergency rooms were thrown into chaos. It was stopped almost by accident when a young researcher found a hidden kill switch buried in the code and flipped it. Governments later pointed the finger at the same source, Lazarus. But their most ambitious idea wasn't to lock computers. It was to quietly empty the world's banks. In 2016, they slipped into the systems of Bangladesh's central bank and tried to wire out nearly $1 billion through the global banking network. They nearly succeeded, until a single misspelled word in one transfer raised a red flag and froze the rest. They still escaped with around $81 million. It was a warning. They had learned how to rob a bank without ever touching it. Then the world handed them a perfect target: cryptocurrency. Digital money, often guarded by young companies, moving instantly across borders, hard to claw back. Investigators say Lazarus pivoted hard. In 2022 alone, they were blamed for draining over $600 million from a single gaming network, and another $100 million from a crypto bridge weeks later. They weren't robbing banks anymore. They were robbing the future of money. Which brings us back to 2025 and that $1.5 billion heist. Investigators say the attackers didn't smash through the front door of the crypto exchange. They quietly compromised the right computer and waited. When the company moved a fortune between its own digital wallets, the hackers silently rerouted it to themselves. Then they did what they always do: they shattered the money into thousands of pieces, bouncing it across the blockchain to wash the trail clean. By the time the world noticed, it was already gone. So why does a country steal like this? Investigators say the answer is survival. Cut off from the world economy by sanctions, North Korea allegedly turned hacking into a national industry, and the numbers are almost beyond belief. By some estimates, North Korean cyber actors have stolen more than $6 billion since 2017. And the fear isn't just the money. It's what the money pays for: a heavily sanctioned weapons and missile program, allegedly funded by keystrokes instead of factories. The Lazarus Group turned hacking into a tool of the state. At Shinwari Files, we follow the evidence, not the noise. Subscribe, and we'll see you in the next case file.